Good morning to all present here. Shri Binsani City College, Umre Road, Nagpur, is inviting you for this fourth day session on career-oriented certificate course in communication skills and personality development on this Zoom meeting organized by Department of English. Respected Principal, Dr. Maitri. The guest of the day, Manish Kumar Chauhan, Head of the Department of English, Dr. Shende sir, the organizing team members, teachers, and dear students, I welcome you all in this fourth-day session on silence and communication. Let me introduce the guest of today's session. Manish Kumar Chauhan is a Master of Art in English and is SET qualified. He has published his 2 research papers. He has a year of teaching experience from Pune University and 2 years of teaching experience in Shri Binsani City College. On behalf of the Department of English from Shri Binsani City College, I welcome you, sir, for the session on silence in communication. Once again, welcome you all present here. Now, I request to Manish Kumar Chauhan to begin the session.
Thank you, ma'am. At the outset, I would like to thank Dr. Principal Sujit Maitre sir for giving us such a wonderful opportunity and providing this platform to present our thought. Now today, my topic of discussion is silence in communication. Okay, now you must be worried about that why I stop in between and what I am doing. Okay, so this is what you think when you are silent. Okay, so it is not something that you must be worried that am I forgot what to say, or am I anxious about this lecture. So these could be the thought when you think that someone is silent. Okay, so it is not that the absence of voice you are silent. Okay, it is in communication, it is considered as the absence of speech is something that is a silence. Okay, and silence is something that you do when you are trying to convey something. Okay, so yesterday Harsha ma'am talked about what is verbal communication and what is non-verbal communication, and generally we have assumption that when you talk about communication, we think that communication includes only a verbal communication. Okay, because as far as the communication process is concerned, when you talk about sender, receiver, and you think about a particular message. Okay, so this is not something when you are speaking something that is a verbal communication, but when you are not speaking something, then also you are communicating a lot. So communication in the broader aspect includes all your activity. Okay, all your body movement, your gestures, everything. But along that, this recent study has shows that the silence in communication plays a major role. Okay, so when you talk about a relationship, when you talk about a friendship, what you do if you want to convey something, you become silent. Okay, and the person gets to know that what is going inside your mind. Okay, so these all are important aspect to enhance your personality. Okay, as we have initiated this course, it includes the that how can you develop your communication along, how can you add something to your personality. It is not just a degree that will give a recognition, it is how you are going to present yourself. There is a thought that burn the certificates. Nobody is going to ask your certificate when you go to employer. What they will see that how you are going to present yourself, and it is not the language that you know, but how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, what is your confidence, what is your like a way of talking, how you deliver yourself in front of them. This is what give you a right kind of a platform and different opportunity to present yourself. Okay, so next slide please. So today we would talk about yes ma'am, next slide. So as I told about that, communication includes verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Okay, and non-verbal communication is very essential when you communication in terms. It is when you talk about communication, this is not only the linguistic competency that you have, but how you carry your personality, what is your body movement, what is your gesture, how you talk, how you walk, that determines your communication skills. Sometimes what happens, interviewer puts you in that, he puts you in a situation where they want you to be a silent somewhere, and if you are not becoming silent and but always talk in a nonsensical manner, so you are not giving a right kind of impression, but you are putting yourself down, because this is what they are expected to do. You need to be a silent sometimes. Okay, because silence is the first step of learning, silence is the first step of awareness, silence is the first step of understanding what is going inside. See, now the lecture is going on, and it is a communication, it is a two-way communication. Now I am talking, but all the participants are listening to me. So this is also a communication. Though you are not using your speech, but what you are actively involved in communication process, because you are attending me, you are consciously trying to interpret every words. Okay, so that time you can understand that. That's why this recent study shows that silence is something that is very powerful in communication. Okay, and when you talk about a student life, when you talk about anything in general, when you want to get and acquire knowledge, the first step is that you need to be a silent, you need to a good observer, you need to listen to any language before trying to speak that language. Okay, so this is the part of non-verbal communication. So applying your non-verbal verbal communication skill is something very important, and there are several ways in which we can apply our non-verbal communication skills for improving our personal and social life. And some of the important ways in doing include the following. So if you want to be a very attractive person, if you want to show yourself that I am the person that everyone wants, so you need to adapt these skills. Otherwise the person will not be attracted towards you. If you are a boring person, okay, how can you add something to your personality? And remember one thing, why are we here? Education is not to get a degree, education is not to get a job. What is the ultimate aim of education is to be all round development of a student. Okay, had it been the case that if the education would have meant for getting job, then the Ambani's daughter wouldn't have gone to any school colleges, because they have already that much property that they can spend at home. Okay, why we need education is to improve overall personality. Okay, otherwise to maintain your peace, maintain your balance, the psychological pressure, we need education. We need to go through a lot of stuff, we need to go through a lot of different literary texts to understand the life in general. Okay, so for example, when you talk about who is talking in between, please mute yourself. So when you talk about that, for example, when you talk about maintaining your relationship, how can you convey your compassion? So compassion, to convey your compassion, you need these kind of skills with you. For example, when you really love person, then the first gesture that should emerge from you is a compassion. And that person should be getting the exact feeling as that of yours. So when you can empathize your feelings for others, and that could be the best way to convey what you feel for others. And it will help them to understand what you really feel for them. And for developing that strong bond, all you have to do is to put yourself in other shoes. And that will be the time when you would actually be able to develop a compassionate bond. Okay, so for example, if you really want to maintain your relationship, and if you find that there is a communication gap, sorry, so there wouldn't be the possibility that your relationship would will be a profound one. Because why? There is a communication gap, and you are not understanding what the next person is trying to say. Sometimes what happens, your expression and your emotion cannot match. Sometimes you really want that the next person is so important for me, but your expression suggests that no, this is something that you are not interested in. Sometimes your psychological pressure is there. Sometimes you might be thinking about other incident that has happened with you. Sometimes what happens, if there are so many incidents that has happened with you, and you have been betrayed by someone else, so what do you think? You have lack of trust, and then you cannot understand the person. So even if you are silent, then you are communicating a lot. So for that matter, you should not be judging that person on the first appearance, but you should be trying to understand his situation. Why he is silent? Okay, why he is not giving attention to me? Why he is silent? Because there must be some issues with them. So you will have to always put into someone else's shoes. Okay, if you just look it out you from your own perspective, then you cannot be a right kind of a communicator, and there won't be a good relationship. If you really want to understand the feeling of others, you would always try to understand what the second person is telling us, and why is bothered about the situation. So these all things can only be possible if you have right kind of a communication skills. Okay, and only your personality can develop. See, if you find that ancient times, no, Shivaji Maharaja and all, why they fought with Aurangzeb, even they were bulkier, having so many the things with them. But Shivaji Maharaja himself has fought with them. Why? Because he has a right kind of a communication skills. He was surrounded with the so many people, those who were sacrificing the life for him. Okay, we have different examples. Those who have sacrificed their life for Shivaji Maharaja's work. Okay, why? Because he was a great leader. And if you want to be a great leader, you need to be a good communicator. And if you want to conquer any field, this is the requirement, that you should have a right kind of attitude. You should have right kind of a communication strategy with you. Okay, and if you get it at the right time, no, you all are like become you can shine in the entire field. Excellence is with you. This is what is important. Okay, next slide, ma'am. So to convey compassion and to convey your emotion, that in non-verbal communication, we require these type of skills. Okay, and now we'll think about uh, previous slide. Silence as a way of a communication. So as we talked about non-verbal communication, and there are so many different terms are there in non-verbal communication. Your body movement, your posture also decide how you walk, your eye contact, everything determines what kind of a person you are. So interview, when you go for an interview, it is not the knowledge test that you are going for. It is the personality test. How do you maintain yourself? How do you maintain the eye contacts? How do you carry yourself? For example, if you go very slowly, then the interviewer thinks that he lacks confidence. And if you go very fast, then interviewer thinks that he is judgmental and he is very excited about it, so he should not be the right candidate. So there should not be too much excitement, and there should not be a too much low pressure as well. You should go maintain. So that will determine that you are a calm and placid person. Okay, you maintain yourself. So what is courage? When you talk about courage, courage is that like how you maintain your pressure under the, how you maintain the pressure under the fear. Okay, so for example, if there is a there is an incident that you need to give a public speech in front of thousands of audience, since these skills will make you competent to give your speech. Otherwise, lack of confidence and this kind of fear will make you incompetent and your performance will be zero. Okay, so the competence and performance can vary. Even if you are very competent one, your performance cannot be the same, just because of if you lack the communication skill. You might be the wonderful person, you might be the excellent person, you know all the knowledge about that subject, but if you lack communication skill, you cannot present yourself. There is a quote for Oliver Goldsmith, if you remember. Those who are literature students here, I would like to tell you for them that Oliver Goldsmith, when he spoke like a poor Tom, but when he wrote, no, he wrote like an angel. So sometimes your expression in writing can be the different. You might be the excellent person at writing, but if you lack a communication skill, you cannot present yourself. And if you are not able to present yourself, how can you expect that the next person will understand what is real inside you? Okay. So everything, for example, if you want to convince something, okay, if you want to marry there is a marriage proposal. So you need to convince that I really love that girl. Okay. And if any kind of relationship, for instance, if you think that if you that person is very important to you, so it's not just that that what you feel, but you need to communicate. And what are these different way? It is not only language that will make you to understand some the other mentality, but it is through your body gesture, through your everything, the silence, you try to interpret the next person. Okay, so that's why in non-verbal communication, this particular recent study shows that the silence is very important. Okay, and that now the focus has been shifted towards only one important part rather than focusing on this body language and all. And that's why we have kept it as a separate topic for this. Okay, so it is a part of non-verbal communication only. But why this recent study shows that this is the very important aspect when you talk about this entire communication process, because communication is two-way process and the listener is very important. So even if this is not going to be an interactive session, but what I am assuming that everybody, each one of you is attentive while I'm delivering a speech, and that's why the communication is going on. And when we called it as that this communication process is successful, that whatever message I'm trying to encode it, if it is decoded by you in an exact way, then we can say that the communication process has been done successfully. Okay, and this is why when we words can't express everything, your gesture does it. Okay, and that's why we always say that the communication is how do you carry yourself, everything that is associated with it. So communication, either in a form of verbal or non-verbal, has to be so intense that a person receiving the message should get clear meaning of what has been said. And these skills include your expressions, gestures, body movements, eye contact, tone of voice, and posture as well. Okay, for example, sometimes if you are speaking very high, loudly, okay, so that determines that you are very excited person, and you are very kind of that you are showcasing yourself. Okay, don't try to give that impression that I am the best and I am the kind of a person that I know everything. Okay, you should be humble. And how can you show that? Your voice should be very medium. There should not be and the posture should be also not. It shouldn't be so straight. Okay, when you give that kind of the statement, that the interviewer will consider, or next person will consider that that man has attitude, that man has ego problem and all. Okay, so you should maintain that posture as well, everything that comes under this. So the entirely we are talking about how can you add something to your personality. And that's why personality development is the major outcome nowadays, that we are focusing on this curriculum aspect that are being included in the syllabus. So in order to establish a bonding of love, care, a person needs to have such kind of a communication skills. Okay. So yeah, next slide, please. So this is what, if you want to maintain a good relationship, love, care, so we need this kind of a communication skill. With the right mindset, you can conquer. Okay. Ma'am, could you just next slide? Next slide. Am I audible? Yes. Okay, so now what is silence and what is communication? When you talk about communication and why we are focusing on silence. So silence is the absence of sound or noise. So basically, when you talk about silence in general, we think that the absence of sound or noise or stillness. But in communication, it is not always true. In communication, it is not absence of sound. It is an absence of speech. So even if you are not delivering speech, and when you are silent, you are communicating a lot through the different kind of activity. Okay. So when you talk about silence, it is the state or fact of being silent or muteness or absence or omission of mention, comment, or expressed concern. Okay. So sometimes you do not like to comment on something. If that is if you feel that the someone gets angry on this comment, so you try to reserve your comment. So this all can be included in this kind of a communication, silence communication. The state of being forgotten, sometimes oblivion in the new again after a few years of silence. So oblivion of the news after some years, so you tend to become a silent at that time. Or sometimes you do not want to reveal what has been said. Okay. For example, there can be a secrecy problem, there can be a concealment problem. So some secret friend of yours might be telling you that you should not reveal this thing with anybody. So you try to reserve your comment that time. You try to not to reveal that things to anybody. So it becomes then a secret problem, and then you become a silent. Okay. So for example, if I am asking you what has happened with that person, okay, and if that is a controversial aspect, so you then you try to reserve your comment because someone has said you not to reveal it. Okay. And once you do so, I'll get to know that there is something skeptic about that incident. Okay. So when you say no, I do not want to reveal it, at that very moment you get to know that there is something fishy about this. Okay. So even if you remain silent, you are communicating a lot, because then my interpretation would be, then I will be very curious about that incident. If you say something, no, that okay, I want to tell you something, and then in between you take a pause, then it creates a very interesting curiosity that what is happening inside. Okay. And suppose if you have been with your friend, and if you try to ask him what was happened that day, okay, and suddenly he stops or take a pause, then that would be the very interesting kind of a communication, because that next person will not sleep, because he will think that what has happened in that day, and their interpretation would be different kinds. Okay. So you are leading that interpretation with them, so you are trying to give kind of a different era, okay, to that communication. So what is communication in general? So communication is, as you know, all that it is the exchange of ideas, feelings, intentions, attitude, everything that you carry is through communication. For example, if you are the person, a very reserved person, orthodox person, so your activity, when you talk or when you remain silent, that will suggest that you are very kind of a orthodox person. Okay. You will try to give angry look, your eyebrows will be so everything that. And if you are open minded, so your communication will determine that you are very kind of an open minded person, and you will be very free kind of a person if you follow that method. So silence is greatly means the absence of any kind of noise, but in communication it is considered as the absence of speech. And even in absence of speech, you are communicating lot. So absence of speech doesn't mean that the person is not communicating with the other person. Okay, so silence is a very powerful form of a communication. So now you must have got the idea that why the silence has been glorified. Okay, because silence is something very important when you talk about communication. Okay, next slide. So what does then this silent indicates to? Okay, so it can, why are you silent when you talk about in a relationship matter or anything in general? So it could be, the first is that hostility or disagreement. Okay, for example, if you did not like the comment that other person is giving on something, so you become very nervous and you become very disappointed with that comment. And then if you want to show that you are really disappointed with that comment that has been given to you, so you would basically try to portray yourself, you remain silent. Okay, and when you remain silent, the other person gets to know that something has happened and whatever I said should not have been said. Okay, so this type of hostility or disagreement can be shown with the kind of silent. Okay, with the kind of silence that you are. So silence indicates hostility and disagreement, and it also indicates profoundness such as respect, awe, or honor. Okay, for example, sorry, sometimes horror as well. Okay, so sometimes okay, so for example, if you happen to go to principal's room, so you want to show the respect, so you did not speak a lot because you need to maintain the silence there, because you are showing a sense of respect. For example, if you are talking with your HOD, if you are working in any organization, you try to maintain yourself as a calm person. You did not talk with them as if you are talking with your friends. Why? Because you try to give respect to them. Okay, for example, when you are with your family members, you would not like to make any bad comments that are you are doing with the friends. Why? Because you have a sense of respect within the family, within the organization when you are working. Okay, so for example, when you happen to meet someone very close to you, so you give a sense of respect to them and you did not talk so much. You maintain your silence. So silence can be that it is a profoundness such as respect, or sometimes to give thanks or gratitude to someone else. Okay, or sometimes if you do not like that person. Okay, or sometimes if you do not like that person, then also you become silent. Then again, for example, when you become a silent, see, what we are trying to tell here is that all through this, we are communicating because we are giving respect. So it is not just that when you speak something, sir, I respect you. So it is not the respect that you are giving. A respect, and as yesterday Harsha ma'am told that action speaks more than words. Okay, the same applies here. Through action you will have to show that this person is really matters to you. Okay, through action you will have to present yourself that yes, this organization really is important for me, and this entire kind of friendship atmosphere is really important for me. Okay, and so to show your respect, you are communicating. Okay, and through this kind of a silence you are communicating. And then if you are contemplating a lot, for example, if you uh, uh, in between, if you are conversing with your friends, okay, and somebody has said something and that made you to think a lot, so you become silent. Meanwhile you become silent because you are contemplating on that situation, you are thinking a lot, a thought provoking is going on. So when you think about this kind of, when you examine whatever has been said, then you become silent. And when you say something and the next person is taking pause in between, that means he has contemplating on that issue, and that shows that yes, whatever I said, that has impacted on that person. For example, if I'm conducting a class, okay, and somebody of you making noise, and I said very bad words to him, not by just to realize him that what he is doing is not good, and then he takes a pause. That means he is contemplating. That means whatever has been said by me has been impacted on that person, and he is going to change his attitude entirely. Okay, and if that is not going to happen, if someone is saying something and that person is doing all this nonsense activity, that means he is not the person that we should talk about. Okay, so his personality is not good. That suggests. Okay, so even if, so for example, if the bad person is there and if you are telling something, so he will tell you 2 words more. Okay, so that will suggest that, yeah, this is not the person to whom we should talk or to whom we should suggest something. Okay, so you are communicating through your, so if your communication is good, person will try to give you suggestion, will try to help you. Okay, so it is through communication you make yourself charming person. Okay, you make yourself a person that everybody wants. Okay, and when you do so, the employer also wants you. Okay, and this is the right kind of opportunity that you are getting. How can you work on this communication skill? As I said, that burn the certificates will not going to rescue you from any kind of a situation, daily life situation. If the flood is there and if you have to cross that pool, okay, it is not going to help you, that you will not going to take the certificates with you, how I am going to cross that river. Okay, if the water is all over this, what is important is how you have shaped your mind. Okay, and through mind you can rescue from the situation, you can rescue from any kind of trouble that you are facing. See, I would like to give you one example of one literary piece where you have seen, you have read Shakespeare's Othello, where Othello has been befooled by many friends. Those who have tried that, we are the friends, okay, and the Iago was one of them. And in real life situation also, there are many people, they are hypocrites. They try to pretend themselves as your friend, but they are not friends, they are real enemies. And to understand that, you need kind of these communication skills to interpret their body language, to interpret whatever, because see, spoken words cannot be relied. Even visuals can be deceptive. If you have seen the movie Drishyam, visuals are not always true. That unspoken words is something very important when you talk about communication skill. Reading between the line is very important when you talk about literary skills. Okay, so to understand the personality, one has to not to rely on the printed words, but one has to rely on whatever has not been said by that person. Okay, for example, there are different connotation that goes on when you change the place, when you change the culture. For example, when you talk about leaf is laid, so it has a cultural connotation. What is cultural connotation? Is that food is being served. So as per the culture, you will have to try to interpret. Okay, so everything is associated with these communication skills. Okay, and this silence, if you talk about silence, it is being treated in a different way in a different nation. If you talk about marriage proposal, for example, silence can be considered as acceptance, it can be considered as denial, it can be considered as the person is angry on you. Okay, so when you change a cultural setting, the silence can be taken as, so you are communicating. So what we are telling is that communication is happening when you are silent, but it's very essential. It's most powerful way of communication, because when you want to listen to somebody, then only you can improve yourself. So in communication, silence is something very important. Now, what if happen if I want to deliver a lecture and all of you are listening to me? Why? Because you are giving full attention. And that's why you are observing, you are listening, and that's why our communication is making successful here. Okay, this is what very important. And when silence will try to make you a kind of a person, saint, okay, like Gautam Buddha. It is like a meditation. Okay, when you are full of music, and in between when you are silent, it is like a meditation. Okay, so this is what very important. And then intentional rudeness. Okay, for example, if you want to show that no, I am not I am not accepting the things that you are saying, so intentionally you can show the rudeness sometimes. Okay, you, if you want to present yourself as a rude, so silence can be the best way. For example, the next person is talking rubbish to you, and if you are not interested in that discussion, how can you show? Being silent. Okay, if you are not responding, obviously he will think that the next person is rude and I should not tell him anything. Okay, so that intentional rudeness can be shown through silence. If empathy is also can be shown through silence. If you are really empathizing somebody else, if you have a deep regards for someone's suffering, okay, so silence can be the best example. Okay, for example, in the memory of someone else, who has been recently dead person, so we just give a long silence, 5 minute silence for them. Okay, so we are deeply contemplating in that situation, or we are deeply thinking about it. Okay, so when you show empathy, when you have some solidarity towards any organizational setup or any personal emotions, for example, when you are empathizing the pain and suffering of any subaltern section, for instance. Okay, so these issues can be raised through silence. So through silence we are protesting as well. Okay, for example, if you have seen against government, there are a lot of protests that is going on, so they are just being silent and not taking meal, and also that is also a part of communication, because you are communicating. Okay, you are trying to tell your message to government. Okay, then the government will accept it or not, that is their part. So silence can create a listening space as well. Okay, so when you are silent, you are listening. You are already are in the listening space where you need to observe something. You are trying to observe everything. So this is something that is the that when you are silent, that you are showing. Okay, so these are the different types of actions that you are showing that you are communicating through silence. Okay, and the next slide, please. Okay, and then see, I told you that different emotions can be shown through silence as well. So then the silence speaks as a anger sometimes. For example, if you are very angry on that person, you remain silent. Okay, and if you are trying to tell something, that means that anger is not that much deep. Okay, if you are really a good person, you try to reserve your comment. You do not want to say something bad to that person, because you are a polite person, you are civilized person. So even if you are angry, you remain silent. And that silence will uh, is not something that you are not satisfied with that person, that you are satisfied with the person, but you are not satisfied with that person, and that's why you remain silent. So eyebrows pull down together, that also shows that you are a silent, and eyebrows pull down together shows that you are angry on that person. Sometimes wide open glaring eyes, then upper eyelids raised, a stare. So all these activity shows that you are very angry on that person. Lips wide open to form a rectangle, tightly closed with the red margins of the lips becoming more narrow and the lips becoming thinner. Such gestures show anger. So you are very angry on that person. So that all decides that when you are silenced, So you are showing the anger on that person. Okay. Next slide, please. Okay, so then silence shows empathy as well. As I told you that if you are empathizing somebody else's emotion, suffering, then you remain silent. Okay. And being a good listener shows empathy. So if you are listening to somebody else suffering and all, so you make yourself silent, and that means you are empathizing with it. So when you are, for example, when I'm trying to tell you something, and if I'm suffering, or even if I'm at a bad situation, you do not say any suggestion, you remain silent, and that silence shows that you are empathizing, you have solidarity towards my thought, and you are completely accepting what is being said. Okay, so this is something that silence can be shown as an acceptance of that suffering. Okay, so sometimes this has happened. Okay, so accepting the person's facts and problems shows gratitude and empathy. Okay, so when you are accepting the person's facts and problems, that shows that you are gratitude, you are showing the affection towards that person, and you are accepting whatever is being said by that person. Then respecting their talks. So when you are showing, when you are empathizing that, for example, now recent days, all are asking all are asking something to the government. Okay, so government has a kind of a thing with them that they remain silent. Okay, they do not show that this is not important. No, we are not going to make this thing in this way. Okay, why? When you remain silent, that you are showing that yes, I am accepting whatever you say, and it is going to be implemented soon. Okay, this is what is very important. Then yeah, so making eye contact. So when you remain silent, you need to be a very attentive listener as well, and through eye contact you can show that you are really interested in that person. Okay, next slide. Okay, now we'll talk about why this silence has been glorified. Now, until now, we have seen that these are the different kind of emotions that can be shown through silence. Now, until now, we haven't talked about why silence is being glorified nowadays, and why recent study in communication through all these aspects, why silence has kept as a powerful and important tool. Okay, now we'll see, because silence shows that you are not responding, but no response is also a response, and that's why it is more powerful. Okay, when you do not comment something, and when you do not respond to that person, that shows that you are communicating a lot, because there are lots of interpretation that can be concluded. Okay, that can be derived. For example, the person is angry, the person is having lack of confidence, the person is arrogant, the person is egoist, the person is, so there, if you are not responding to it, there can be a lot of communication. Then you are just opening the broad area of communication. Okay, so you are trying that person in that situation where he will think a lot about you. Okay, so when you talk about relationship, it happens. If you really want to make your relationship so strong, so there should be sometimes that you should not respond to that person. Okay, you should make them realize that yeah, through silence you are communicating, and you should make them realize that whatever you are doing is something not right. Okay, so through silence you can present. So science, so this silence via technology, nowadays we are using this Facebook, WhatsApp, and somebody, if you for example, if you send a message to your loved ones, and if you did not get a reply, So you try to, then they are communicating, even if they are not responding. And if you see that blue tick with that person, then you try to interpret different things. You try to say that why she is not talking to me, why he is not talking to me. So there are the lots of things that are going on. So through this not responding to someone is actually that you are giving response to them. Okay, and that response is powerful than the spoken words, because spoken words itself suggests that you are limiting to that communication. You, once you said something, yes, then the all the skeptic incidents that is going on can be stopped. Okay, so this is going to happen in the silence via technology. And that's why this recent study shows that the silence is something that everyone should look out. Okay, and now we will going to see what are the good silence and what are the bad silence, what are the constructive silence and what are the destructive silence as well. Okay, so it is not something that silence should not be taken as lightly as it is. But in communication, one should focus on silence. One should always focus on silence, because through silence you can judge the personality in a right way. Okay, through body language, through silence, you can understand what kind of a person he or she is. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Okay, for example, if your dear one is not talking to you, so it gives a lot of pain. If he said something to you, bad words, it does not hurt you that way, in that way. That intensity is not there. But if he's not talking to you, then that silence of your friends is actually killing you inside. Okay, is actually a very powerful. So see, the in verbal communication, we have one quotation that words can be forgiven but not forgotten. Okay, sometimes if you say something to your friend, that words can be forgiven for that short time, but he will not going to forget that word. That words, no, for example, if you say bad about that friend, when he becomes a successful person, he will try to recapitulate that thing and he will try to make you realize that whatever you said was not right. Okay, so nobody can. And that's why in communication, whatever you say, whatever you convey will determine your future. Okay, will determine your, because you are a social being. You are not something that are there on any island. We need communication to survive. We need language to speak, but we need communication to survive so why are we going into that zone? Because we are making our life a comfortable one. Okay, we are making our life a relaxed one. And that is what is requirement is to how can you maintain. Next slide. Okay, so the silence is something that shows different kind of emotions, and you can find out that the lady is very silent and she is contemplating a lot. And by this kind of expression, you can show that she is having different kind of thoughts inside that is going on. Okay, so through silence, she is speaking a lot. She must be a sad, and she must be thinking about a bad incident that has happened with her. Okay, so that shows that she is a silence. Okay, wait, next, she is a silent. Next. Okay, now we'll see what is bad silence and what is good silence. Okay, so now first we'll talk about what is bad silence, and in bad silence we'll see what is passive silence. Okay, so when you remain passive, for example, now I am active, everyone is of you is passive, but it is not in the bad sense. You all are attentive, you all are listening to me. That means you are listening and you are getting what is being spoken by me. Okay, so that is not something that can be taken as a bad silence. Yeah, you don't. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, don't. Yeah, who is trying to mute me? Don't mute me in between. So okay, passive silence. So when you talk about passive silence, you are giving a right kind of. It is a bad silence. What does it shows? It shows that it is just because of lack of confidence. So when you remain silent, it shows that you do not have confidence and you cannot convey your message in a right way. Sometimes it shows fear. Why are we discussing this? These are considered as a bad silence, where you are portraying yourself as a bad person, where you are portraying yourself as an incompetent person, where you lack confidence. And it also shows that you are disinterested about the things, you are not enthusiastic person. It also shows that you are carelessness, you are not a person who is always trying to listen to others, who always try to put some positive efforts. No, you are a careless person. That shows. And also it shows disappointment, and that also shows the ignorance. For example, if a political debate is going on between your friends, and if you are not putting any thoughts, that shows that you are ignorant. You do not know what is going on in politics, you do not know what is going on in this issue, that issue. So it shows ignorance. It also shows shame. Okay, shame on something else. Okay, for example, any discussion is going on and you feel shameful about it, so you try to be a silent person, or anything is happened with you, and if you are feeling that it was really a disgusting on the part of me that I have committed that thing and that wasn't being committed by me, then you remain silent. So all these things shows that these are the bad silence and passive silence. Now we'll see a bad silence in active form. This is passive form. So even if you remain passive and you do not talk any word, so it shows these kind of things, that disappointment, disinterest, carelessness, fear, lack of confidence, shame, ignorance. So all these things are you are communicating. Never think that when you are silent that the person will assume that you are a best person. Never think in that way. You should be remember that when you remain silent, and if it is bad silent, you are going to interpret that person in like this way. Okay, so when you talk, when you walk, when you carry yourself as in front of the employer will start observing these skills, because they know how to judge a person. Even if you speak a one word, they can understand that this person is really different than crowd. Okay, even one sentence the way you speak can determine what kind of a person you are. Okay, even one sentence the way you speak can determine what kind of a confidence, what kind of a educational background that you possess. Okay, so when you are not speaking something, that can be taken as a bad silence sometimes. And right now that you are in a position to listen to me, this is not a bad silence, but it is a good silence and it is required. So that's why the silence has the two important elements, constructive elements and destructive elements. So it is a golden as well, and it is a disruptive as well. Okay, so both the things should be taken into account when you talk about silence. So we have seen passive silence. Now in next slide we'll see what is active silence. Okay, so when you are silent, see active silence. So when you are silent and when you are in active form, so it shows disagreement. Okay, so when that see passive silence, so we have seen everything, that lack of confidence, fear, shame, disagreement, everything we have seen. Sorry, disagreement, not lack of confidence and all, everything we have seen. Now we'll see in the active form, because that will shows that you are very active in that process. So it can be shown with the disagreement. If you do not like that statement of somebody else, so you try to disagree with that person, and to show that disagreement you remain silent. Then also if you want to show hate to that person, if you do not like that person, then also you remain silent. You do not want to talk to that negative person, you do not want to try to indulge in the conversation, because you do not like it. Basically, if you follow your principle, and if that principle suggests that this person shouldn't be involved in this kind of a discussion, you try to maintain the distance from that person. Okay, so it also shows indifference. If you are not associated with that person, then you try to make yourself different that kind of a person. Okay, and it also shows a protest. Okay, if you are not agree with some kind of a social thing that has been laid down by the government, and then you remain silent and you make some activity, and this can be taken in terms of that you do not like that thing that is going to happen in the entire nation. Okay, so you have seen lot of protests, but have you seen any kind of a protest that is being done in the silent form? Okay, because where you are not actually doing something harm to any person, but by making yourself silent, you try to protest that activity. Okay, for example, if any initiative that is going on, and if you do not like it, and the discussion is going on in the organization, and organization wants you to put some opinion about it, but you did not like it, and that's why you become silent, and by making that kind of a gesture, you try to protest that activity. And also resentment as well. If you do not like that person, and if you try to make yourself apart from that, to your shows. Now in next slide, we will see what are the good silence. Okay, now we have seen this. Or okay, before that, I will try to tell you the why this word is more important, and why this recent study has been continuously glorifying this moment of being silent in communication as an important tool. Why? Because you have seen the word silent. SILENT. Okay, and anagram. This is an anagram. And if you change this anagram, if you change this letters words, what do we get? We'll see in next slide. Okay. So when you change these words, the very important word silent, it will turn out to be a listen. Okay, so when you are a silent person, you listen to that person, you observe that person, you try to understand the things. So listening, as you all know, that it is the important step of developing your personality. Okay, by listening you try to gather all knowledge. By listening you try to interpret the language. And when you all know that how can you be a competent in your linguistic competency? By listening to that language. Everyone, those who have joined this speaking class or English spoken class, what is they are focusing on? That you should try to listen to English first. What is the problem there in as I have seen is that when the English class is going on, we generally try to use translation method. But I personally think that this will not going to improve the linguistic competency of students. At least the first and foremost part of any language development is that when you listen to that language. And if the teacher is not delivering a good speech in front of the student is not going to improve their language at any stage. Okay, until and unless you do not listen to it, and until and unless you do not speak to that language, the language will not going to improve. Okay, because translation method will try to make you understand the concepts, try to make you understand and inculcate the values. But what is the requirement of the very curriculum is that the values have been concluded, values have been inculcated, but the competency should be developed. Okay, because we have Marathi literature for that. In Marathi literature, all the values can be inculcated. Okay, but why do we have English literature? We need all the values, we need all the knowledge through English language. Okay, and that's why listening is very important when you want to improve English. Listen to all the lectures, listen to all the good communicators. Okay, because when you talk with somebody who is excellent one in communication, it is like you are reading 100 and 1,000 books. Okay, until and unless you do not make a mistake. When you learn a bicycle, how do you learn a bicycle? For instance, you make a lot of mistakes, you fall down, you commit a mistakes, then you try to understand what is the right kind of attitude. Okay, and how can I maintain the balance, and how can you run a bicycle then? So these are the ways, these are the techniques that you can inculcate within you to improve your English or to improve your personality at all. Okay, so listen is something very important. And now we'll see what is good silence. And now in next slide, I will tell you what are the good silence and how can you make these things. So see, now these three circles are very important. So when you are silent, it is not something that you are not communicating. It is not something that you are a mad person. It is not something that you do not know, or it is not something that you possess a lack of confidence. It is not something that you do not have you have fear always. It is not something that all the bad silence should be associated with the silence, but all the elements has two important elements, a good and bad. Even knowledge can be used for destructive thing as well. Okay, because as you know that Hitler was a very knowledgeable person, but all the knowledge he has used for a destructive purpose, and that's why this entire thing has changed. Okay, so how you are using it is something very important. And when you talk about good silence, we have three essential factors of good silence: awareness, action, and appreciation. Okay, and how it works. So when you want to be aware of this something, aware about the world, entire world, so this awareness can only be the product of being silent. If you don't remain silent and always give judgment, always talkative, always give suggestion, so you are not something that will be a kind of a person who knows everything, who is aware about the situation, aware about the perception. To be a very good person, you need to be silent, you need to listen to others. Okay, and then you can aware about the social context, then you can aware about the everything that is going or happening around you. Okay? So awareness, and second, appreciation. If you are not silent, you cannot appreciate somebody. Okay, for example, now everybody and each one of you are listening to me. So at least after my lecture, there will be a feedback session. So those who have got everything, those who have understood it, those who thinks that no, this was really a fruitful lecture, will appreciate my work, okay, and that will be an appreciation. If there wouldn't have been a constant communication and you would be interrupting in between, there wouldn't have been appreciation then, because you are not listening to me. So if you really want to appreciate somebody's effort, and if you really want to appreciate anything in general, for example, appreciation of movies, so if you go and watch a movie, you become a silent person. Once the light is off of that movie, you try to disconnect yourself from the social surrounding, and you associate everything. Your mind is completely associated with what is going on that theater. Okay. So whatever writer has written about that movie, you will go into that world completely. Why? Because you are silent. You have detached yourself from the world. So even if that hero is fighting with so many thousand peoples, and your rational mind does not agree it, because it is not going to happen that one person is fighting with 1,000 person. It is completely impossible. But that disbelief, willing suspension of disbelief is there, is that you just put yourself into that writer's shoes, and you just want to understand what is being said and what is being delivered by it. Okay. So this is the power of silence if you want to appreciate the world, and these also can be shown through action as well. Now, how these three things is happening, and how do you make yourself a good person, and how this good silence will actually be leading towards a good personality, I will try to make you understand these things in next slide in a very detailed way, in a very good sense. Okay. So next slide, please. Okay. And now this is the final slide. Okay. As all are listening to me continuously, we have this is a last slide of our presentation. But this last slide is also very important one, because this last slide will tell you that how can you be a good person, and how can you understand the society in general, and how can you maintain your social life by adapting silence as a most powerful communication. And so first, as I talked about that awareness. So when you want to aware of something, okay, and when you really want to get a knowledge of something, for example, knowledge of any social surrounding, any social class, any organizational structure, and if you really want to be aware that what is going on in the society right now, what is the perception of the mindset or everything, so first you try to listen to the different people. Okay. And through sound you listen to them, and then you get to know that what is going and happening. Okay. And after listening, you try to observe the things. Okay. So when you when you observe the things, there should be the mental status of silence. Okay. Because until and unless you are not silent, you cannot observe what other is saying or what is inside going on. Okay. So if you want to aware about someone's feeling as well, okay, what exactly is going inside his head, so you should be silent. By remaining silent, by maintaining the silent, you can understand what is going on inside his or her head. Okay. So by listening, observing, and by feeling, actually you are making yourself aware about the world. Okay. So awareness is something very important, and it is considered as a good silence. So without the good silence, the communication process will not be complete. Okay. For example, if I am a communicator right now, I have a particular message, and that message is carry forward now, and you are the recipient. Okay. You are the receiver, and as per your kind of a background, I am using a very simple language, and that language I am encoding my message as per your knowledge. Okay. That you all should be understood. and you are right now listening to it, you are observing it, and also you are feeling it. Then the product would be that your awareness would be generated, would be created after our lecture. Okay, so this is what this entire process works on. Okay, and this communication process is only successful when whatever I said is exactly being interpreted by you. Okay, if you commit any if you misinterpret anything that is being said, then the communication is not successful. Okay, so then awareness, after awareness we have appreciation. If you want to appreciate the things, okay, if you want to appreciate the things, what is important is that first is acceptance. You will have to accept the sorry, there was a network issue, I guess. So we lost a connection. Now we are at the appreciation point, and we need only 5 minutes to complete our session. So when you really want to appreciate the things, no, so first is like acceptance. Now you all have accepted that today's lecture is being delivered by the professor that is working on contributory basis on this particular college. So you know that this man has something to say, and you have accepted the invitation, and now you are listening to me. So when you talk about any situation, first essential thing is that you need to accept the things. Okay, and if you do not like it, then there cannot be the appreciation. After all, you need to accept it, and then you can place the priority. So, and after the after acceptance, what is required is attention. Now you all are attentive, you are quietly listening to me. So whatever is being said is accepted by you, and then the final outcome that when you give feedback, that will be your appreciation. For example, appreciation is something very important that will determine what kind of a person you are. If you are not appreciating somebody, you cannot become a good person at all. Okay, so that also determines what kind of personality that you have. If you are a really nice person, you try to appreciate the things, you try to give your attention to that thing. If you are not doing so, your development will not be happening then. Okay, because to try to develop something, to try to get something, to try to acquire something, you should be ready to appreciate the things. And after that also appreciation, then also when you are silent, you are also giving space to your memory. Okay, so when you try to appreciate the things of past or anything, yeah, basically you are deeply thinking about your childhood memory, anything that you talk about. Okay, so now when you talk about awareness and appreciation, both the things are important when you talk about your soul. Okay, so as we know the quotation that science deals with the study of human body anatomy, but what literature is like, what the we are putting soul into human body. Okay, and in communication also we are putting soul into human body. Okay, we can understand what kind of soul that person is. So this awareness and appreciation, if you do not have, you are not a good soul. And if you really want to make something good, your soul should be good. Okay, you can get a people, those who can sacrifice life for you. You can get a love relationship, everything. If you are a fake person, if your soul is not good, the people will try to avoid you, people will try to maintain the gap with you. Okay, and if that is happening with you, even if you collect a lot of amount, lot of money, that money will not going to rescue you. What is important is maintaining relationship. you shouldn't be sacrificing any kind of a friendship, relationship, the parents, your parents on the part of any dreams that you have. Okay, this is something that you should understand, and this is something very important when you want to develop your overall personality as such. Okay, and these all are related with the soul. And then when you take an action, for instance, action in the sense of a silence, so you take a pause, you take a you that shows that you have a patience. And then when you say something, and when you do not you have to say something but you remain silent, then you have a kind of a purpose. Okay, so these all actions and the appreciation, if you compare these things with both of them, then it is also related with your mind, because you are accepting the things, your mind is attentive, and when you have memory, your mind is working. And when after that, when you pause, when you take a little pause, when you are patient, when you are patient in listening, or when you have purpose of getting some knowledge, so all is related with mind. Okay, and as you know that mind, soul and heart is very important when you talk about entirely the human personality, the all kind of things is very essential. So when you talk about awareness and action, and when you combine it together, then so no, when you combine these all three factors, it becomes your heart. Okay, so this is what very important when you really want to improve yourself, when you want to be a kind of a right kind of a personality. Okay, I hope you have understood why this is important concept nowadays. And once you follow this in your real life, I'm sure that there would be a very kind of a long journey that is there with you, and that will be full of success, full of adventure, full of happiness. Okay, so happiness cannot be calculated in the amount. Happiness cannot be calculated when you have materialistic thing with you. Happiness should be equivalent to your mind, your heart, your soul. Okay, if you are not satisfied that you have, so you have already been witnessed with the things that is going around. The celebrity is also committing suicide when they have so much success with them, but when they cannot maintain this kind of a thing, they cannot maintain this thing, then the product will be very dangerous. Okay, and that's why it is right platform for you to work out on your soft skills, and soft skills will make you competent and can give you various opportunities in you. Okay, all the best for your life. So this is what is all about silence. Now I would wind up this session. Okay, next slide, ma'am. Okay, so I would like to thank everyone, especially Bhave ma'am, Harsha ma'am, those who are working for this event to be a successful. Continuously, they are doing so many things, and this is a wonderful opportunity for all of students. So I would urge you to take the opportunity to take active involvement in the process. And after that, there would be some assignment questions for you, and there would be one YouTube video. So take the enjoyment. I hope you like it, and I hope that you would incorporate in your daily lives. Okay, thank you.
Hello. Am I audible, everyone? Please tell me.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us this wonderful information about how to keep silence in our life and how it affects on the mind of the people. And I know it will definitely helpful for the students. Okay, so students, on my part, I want to say that by maintaining silence in difficult situation in life, we can become better than others. Okay, so now I would like to invite Ms. Archana Suryavanshi to propose her vote of thanks. Okay, after that session, students, you have to visit the Google Classroom, okay, for filling the feedback form. So, Archana Suryavanshi.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you're audible.
A very good morning to all. I am Archana Suryavanshi, student of second year English literature. It gives me an immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all dignitaries assembled here. I would like to thank today's speaker, Sir Mr. Manish, for sharing relevant knowledge and worthy thoughts about silence and its importance in our life. I would like to thank our beloved principal and college management for organizing such educational event for us. I would like to thank our respected lecturers of English department for managing such valued session for us. It's very important for as an English literature student. I would like to thank all the students participants for making this event successful. And I would like to thank all the English lecturers for giving guidance through this session. Bhave ma'am, Harsha ma'am, Modak ma'am, Kani ma'am, Manish sir, and Shende sir. Once again, I thanks to all one and all present. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.